everyone, and welcome to the 6th episode of Did Jesus Exist? We have 2 more sources to go through, so we are almost done with this series. After this series, while preparing for a new series of comparisons between Islam and Christianity, I will be making another theological video, one that you get to vote on the topic I speak on. If you haven't voted, go to the community page of my channel and cast your vote now. But today, we will be looking at the writings of Origen and Julius in regards to Phlegon and Celsus. The early church father, Origen, was doing the same things as I have, searching for non-Christian proof of the resurrection events. He was pointed in the direction of the writings of Phlegon and Celsus, who were not Christian, but recorded the earthquakes and the darkened sky at the time of crucifixion. Sadly, the original text was lost, but the citations from Origen's writings addresses the works of Phlegon and Celsus. Origen's work against Celsus counteracts a targeted attack on Christianity by Celsus. The first quote is from the writings of Celsus, and the second is referencing the writings of Phlegon. In chapter 33, quote, "And with regards to the eclipse at the time of Tiberius Caesar, in whose reign Jesus appears to have been crucified, and the great earthquakes which then took place," end quote. We see here that there was darkness when Jesus was crucified. The skeptic says it was because there was an eclipse, but it wouldn't be possible, which I will address momentarily. Furthermore, there is the mention of earthquakes, and this is very important, because it is how it says in the Bible. Matthew chapter 27, verses 45 and 51, which is written out in the description. In chapter 14, quote, "Now Phlegon, in the 13th or 14th book, I think, of his chronicles, not only ascribed to Jesus a knowledge of future events, but also testified that the results corresponded to his predictions," end quote. This is saying that it corresponded to the predictions of Jesus as well as his knowledge of the future. How would Jesus be able to do that without being connected to God, without being the Son of God? Now, this next quote is probably one of the most important quotes in regards to this topic, from Julius Africanus, fragment 18.1. Quote, "Phlegon records that in the time of Tiberius Caesar, at full moon, there was a full eclipse of the sun from the 6th hour to the 9th, manifestly the one of which we speak. But what has an eclipse in common with an earthquake, the rending rocks and the resurrection of the dead, and so a great perturbation throughout the universe? Surely no such event as this is recorded for a long period. But it was a darkness induced by God, because the Lord happened then to suffer. And the calculation makes out that the period of 70 weeks, as noted in Daniel, is completed at this time," end quote. This is the truth. Jesus fulfilled the prophecy. I will go into more details of the prophecies with the comparison series of Christianity versus Islam. But the most simple way to say it is Daniel 9:24 talks about 70 sevens, which a literal translation of that time would have meant a period of sevens, which could apply to days or years. The timeline of the Bible with the year system of that time would put Jesus at the right time of the prophecy. Now, to address the eclipse, both the Gospels and the writing of Phlegon states that it was from the 6th hour to the 9th. Historians have concluded that this could be 6 in the morning to 9 in the morning, or noon to 3. Firstly, we need to address the type of eclipse. The type of eclipse to cast darkness on the earth would be a solar eclipse. Jesus was crucified on Passover, which would be a full moon, which is already discrediting that notion. But we need more proof. The longest solar eclipse to have been recorded lasted roughly 7 minutes and 30 seconds. 3 hours is 24 times that amount. That alone disproves the unbelievers' reasoning for the darkening of the earth and supports Matthew 27:45. To conclude, there are 2 more non-biblical writings that talk about the events surrounding the resurrection, and they disprove the skeptic's beliefs in regards to this topic. I hope you guys enjoyed this series so far as much as I have, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day.